Quick commentary slash update video for you kids. I'm not really much of a fan of talking over gameplay anymore, but hey, what the fuck ever. Also, I like to complain a lot, mostly at the injustices of the world that I can't control, stuff that's beyond my reach or whatever. If I get shit on in Call of Duty, for example, I could just pull out the disc, rage quit, whatever. I can't rage quit my job because otherwise I'm considered AWOL. So this is a story about my job, a small little anecdote. Other day, I was at work and we had these inspections going on all over the place. Well, one of the inspectors comes into our shop and, he's looking around, jotting this, taking note of that, and he has about two handlers, let's just say. They're trailing him, right? They're following him, excuse me, making sure he's pampered and getting his dick sucked by everyone being inspected by him. You know how it is. Some big wig comes around, so everyone starts grabbing their knee pads, right? You know what I'm talking about. Not me. I'm not a fucking glad hand. I'm not a sycophant. I'm gonna tell you how it is, and then I'm gonna press. Anyway, this guy's rolling through with his little clipboard and his Walmart tie, and he's in between my boy Coleman and myself. Coleman's on the other side of the room dealing with a customer, and I can't get to him because the inspector's in the way, along with his mouth-hugging posse. So I call over to Coleman. I call over the inspector to get his attention. And, one of the handlers, a very stout and rotund, haggard lady, well into her 50s, she fucking shushes me like I'm in a library. She literally puts her finger on her mouth and actually shushes me like I'm 8 fucking years old. She must have pressed her witch-like finger to her canker-encrusted mouth for a good solid 5 seconds, okay? Shushing me like a librarian with a cobweb vagina. Get the fuck out of here, lady. Honestly? Really? Did that just happen? Now, I can understand that I kind of messed up by calling over them, to my buddy Coleman, but really, shushing me? Come on, bro. Come on. Let me give you a little background information about this bitch, okay? In the past, I've run into her before. You see, in my shop, I'm in charge of safety. I know that's a little bit ironic because I play with sharp objects, but that's one of the many hats I wear at my job. Fuck, I'm thirsty. Let me get some Mountain Dew. I make sure everything is safe and in working order for the personnel. So, I've had to deal with this cunt before because she's some paper pusher in another office that also deals with my job, safety. And, her job is basically, associated with mine somehow. I forget how, but it is. Anyway, the time prior to this little incident the other day, I had to interact with her just one time. We were discussing some issues, some safety issues, and right off the bat, I didn't fucking like her. I couldn't stand her. She's, you ever meet one of those people that at the moment they open their mouth for the very first time in your presence, you're immediately looking for a shovel to bash them in the teeth with? You ever meet one of these people? Well, this lady is one of those people. She's rude, condescending, and if you have a lower rank / title than her, she'll refer to your title instead of your name to remind you of your position in relation to hers. Complete and utter fucking cunt, and everyone knows it because I'm not the only one that feels this way about her, okay? I vented to other various people and supervisors, and they already know she's a filthy cunt, and they all agree. And they all have to put up with her because she's more than likely sucking someone's dick to keep her job. So, people like this should never be in a position of leadership. You don't motivate people to do their jobs by being a bitch. You do it by actually motivate them into wanting to do what you want them to do. I learned this from a few former supervisors who, they never had to raise their voice. They never had to say an unkind word. And they always got my help whenever they needed something done. No questions asked. You know why? Because they know how to be good leaders. Anyway, bottom line, this lady's a complete and utter cunt, and I can only hope that one day she gets tossed into a goddamn cement truck, but I really had to restrain myself from doing something stupid. Here's one thing you should know about me. I have to hold back a lot. I have to really discipline myself in my behavior because if I don't, I'm out of a job, home, food for my kids and wife, and out of money. So I keep a lot of my opinions to myself, and I have to really hold back on the urge of drop kicking someone in the chest. I have to really tell myself, Ricky, don't punch this person in the fucking ear. It takes a lot of willpower. You see, in the military, we deal with a lot of stupid shit all the time. Stupid shit perpetuated by stupid fucking people. Sometimes our missions, they get hindered by this dumb shit, and it triggers a lot of revolt in my soul because, again, I have to keep quiet. Mostly because I've learned that even voicing discontent, it only backfires, and sometimes it falls on deaf ears and ultimately changes nothing. A few other things about me. I'll treat a lady, but I will hit a bitch. As good a guy as I can be, I can flip the switch in the other direction, and just because you're missing cock and balls doesn't mean you get a free pass, especially if you think it's a good idea to assault me. I actually had some bitch threaten to assault me on Facebook the other day. Anyway, I'm a firm believer that violence is sometimes the answer. Not everyone speaks the same language, but I'll tell you what, pain is a universal language. No matter what age, color, political group, country, continent, or planet you come from, everyone understands pain. Sometimes when you try to use logic and words to speak someone, they have no effect on that person. Sometimes they need a good swift kick in the dick or pussy, whatever, and that often gets the message across a little bit more clearly. You get me? Isn't that what war is all about? When diplomacy fails, we have to resort to violence. The point of this commentary, I sometimes want certain people I meet to assault me so I can claim self-defense later on in court. You get me? Anyway, my name is Ricky Chops. I have anger issues. Trust me, gentlemen, I'm professional. Oh yeah, really quickly, I'm working on Swaying KD17 with the other guys and some real life videos. I just need a break from fucking work. Anyway, Virginia, stand up!